Traffic may be locked, but savings isn't. Unlock the savings at Boost Mobile with unlimited wireless for just $25 a month forever. No contracts, no hikes, and you keep your phone. Unlock the savings at boostmobile.com/unlock. $25 forever requires customers to remain active on Boost Unlimited Wireless Plan. For full offer details, visit boostmobile.com.
Summer's supposed to be the easy season. So why are so many people quietly Googling a therapist between summer Fridays? Because more daylight doesn't fix the hard stuff. Sometimes it just turns the volume up. Grow does therapy differently. Grow connects you with thousands of high-quality licensed therapists across the U.S., offering both virtual and in-person sessions, nights and weekends. There are no subscriptions, no long-term commitments. You just pay per session. Grow helps you find therapy on your time. The therapist you want takes your insurance on Grow. Grow accepts over 125 insurance plans. Sessions average $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0 depending on their plan. Visit growtherapy.com/ACAST today to get started. That's growtherapy.com/ACAST. growtherapy.com/ACAST. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
On today's Smart 7, UK faces another heatwave as Amber Alert declared, Colombia hit by massive earthquake and much more. It's Tuesday 11th of August, it's Mountain Day, and happy birthday, Chris Hemsworth.
The Smart 7. It's news, but
not the news.
Prime Minister Andy Burnham is back from his mini-break, and this week he's heading out on a tour around the UK, weighed down with a whole load of new policy initiatives. The first out of the bag is a plan which was previously announced in April to help people escape from never-ending subscriptions. Chris MacDonald, the new business minister, says that the PM has moved the plan forward, along with a new policy to crack down on deceptive pricing and discounts.
It will make a real difference to people. So it's an average of £14 a month for most households. We think have about 3 subscriptions, and just by getting on top of the subscriptions alone will save them on average about £14 a month. But this is not tinkering about the edges. This is about putting money back in people's pockets.
Tory Shadow Minister Alex Burghardt is unimpressed by the parade of new policies, and he says the PM needs to be focused on explaining what his long-term growth plan actually is.
The new Prime Minister has done, I think, one sort of proper sit-down interview since he became Prime Minister. This is very easy August stuff, but it doesn't contain any detail about how he's going to fix the fundamental problems that the country faces.
This summer is proving to be a record breaker, with a new Amber Alert due to take effect from Tuesday to Friday this week. The Met Office has issued the high temperature alert for 9 areas of the UK, including Yorkshire, the Midlands, London and the south of the country. It comes as Chessington Water Park had to close because of water outages, and the nation swelters under an official declaration of drought. The River Thames is at its lowest level ever, and some areas of the south have had 1% of their normal rainfall in July. Tom Bradshaw from the National Farmers Union says the consequences could be severe.
So what we're seeing with climate change is not just the challenge producing the food here, but also those countries that we would normally be relying on for imports. And that's why it's so important that as the UK, we take control of our food system here.
Dr. Samantha Burgess is the strategic lead for climate at the EU's climate change monitoring programme, Copernicus, and she says we need to get used to more extreme heat.
So one of the consequences of Europe's warming is we are more likely to get the type of heat waves that we've seen this summer. When we get those heat waves, they are hotter, they're lasting longer, and they're happening more frequently.
You might think that Reform leader Nigel Farage would be busy this week in Clacton as the by-election looms on Thursday, but in fact, he was at the podium hosting a press conference about the UK's prison system. PM Andy Burnham has modified a proposed early release scheme which will see thousands of prisoners released in batches, which has caused concern and anxiety amongst victims and their families. Nigel says that there's another way to create space in Britain's creaking prisons, and that's to deport all foreign prisoners to either their home country or a third location. He's taking a leaf out of Donald Trump's book and is suggesting El Salvador might be the perfect location.
This is really quite straightforward. We send people back, and if they refuse, we then send foreign national offenders off to third parties. Kosovo, and we are organising a trip to El Salvador.
Monday night saw Colombia hit by an earthquake measuring 7.4 on the Richter scale. At least 130 people are dead and emergency crews are working to find survivors. Footage of the incident shows buildings collapsing as the prolonged shaking sees people fleeing their homes and offices. The quake hit the western region of Colombia near the city of Pereira, part of the coffee-growing region, but tremors were also felt in the capital, Bogotá. Colombia's new president, Abelardo de la Espriella, who only took power on Friday, has declared a national disaster and activated emergency powers, with Colombia's Interior Minister Rodrigo Lara speaking to the press before heading to the quake's epicenter.
We are activating disaster and emergency response teams to begin relief and emergency operations in response to this very critical situation.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, in association with Metro, we catch up with a Formula One favourite and Jason Sudeikis talks Ted Lasso. Right after this.
Summer's supposed to be the easy season, so why are so many people quietly Googling a therapist between summer Fridays? Because more daylight doesn't fix the hard stuff. Sometimes it just turns the volume up. Grow does therapy differently. Grow connects you with thousands of high-quality licensed therapists across the U.S., offering both virtual and in-person sessions, nights and weekends. There are no subscriptions, no long-term commitments. You just pay per session. Grow helps you find therapy on your time. The therapist you want takes your insurance on Grow. Grow accepts over 125 insurance plans. Sessions average $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0 depending on their plan. Visit growtherapy.com/ACAST today to get started. That's growtherapy.com/ACAST. growtherapy.com/ACAST. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
This message is brought to you by today's sponsor, Walden University. Set a course for change. Now is the time to make a real change in your life, career, and community. At Walden University, we give you the support and flexibility to get the W. Walden's online programs are designed for working professionals like you. You'll gain hands-on skills to take on real-world challenges and succeed. Your future is waiting, and Walden is here to help you achieve it. Take the first step to make your impact. Visit waldenu.edu. Walden University. Set a course for change. Certified to operate by Chev.
Welcome back. We might be on Formula One summer break, but that doesn't mean there's no motorsport going on. Last weekend saw the MotoGP take place at Silverstone, with Raul Fernandez becoming the 12th different winner in the last 12 races at the circuit. You might know a whole lot about MotoGP, which is fast and furious and on two wheels, but there's a familiar face from Formula One in the paddock, former Haas boss Gunther Steiner, who became an icon as part of Netflix's Drive to Survive. He's now running the Red Bull KTM team, who finished a respectable 5th and 8th, and Gunther says he's still a bit of a drama magnet.
Motorsport in the end is motorsport. You are surrounded by people which love what they're doing, normally, you know. And, you're not working in something which is boring. No, it's never boring. There's always some excitement, and drama follows me a little bit. Wherever I go, there is some drama, even if I'm not looking for it, Can you imagine what it would be if I would go look for drama,
Last week saw the first episode of Ted Lasso Season 4 drop. Without any spoilers, the gang are back together with Hannah Waddingham, Brett Goldstein, Juno Temple and more, all back for more football-themed fun. Early reviews are pretty good, although the setup for the new season, which sees Ted coaching a women's team instead of in the Premier League, has taken some by surprise. Jason Sudeikis, who plays Ted and co-created the show, says the process of creating the new season was a gradual one.
I would just hear the voices. I'd hear, Rebecca, Keeley, Roy, Ted. And then I started hearing new voices. Then at some point I sat and I was just like, hey, I think there might be more to do.
Tuesday will see the official programme for this year's Toronto International Film Festival announced. The event has a pretty good track record of predicting hits, with movies like Slumdog Millionaire, The King's Speech and La La Land all premiering at the festival and going on to Oscar glory. This year's festival is expected to include Peter Farrelly's intriguing Sylvester Stallone biopic I Play Rocky and Chris Rock's Misty Green. Monday saw the short film list announced, which features 45 films from 30 countries and everything from horror to comedy. One that's been attracting interest for its timely topic is The Lion Does Not Concern Himself, about a gym coach who finds his toxic online persona challenged when romance blossoms.
Do you mind telling me what you do for a living?
I'm a writer. I work in film.
Cool. Anything I might have seen?
What was the last thing you saw?
Fight Club?
Wow, that film's older than me.
Yeah, I saw it last night.
You know you're not supposed to talk about Fight Club.
Why?
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.
When everything is moving all at once, your workforce, your tech stack, your business, you don't need more tools. You need one solution. That's why Paylocity built a single platform to connect HR, finance, and IT with AI-driven insights and automated workflows that simplify the complex and power what's next. Because when everything comes together in one place, growth comes easy. Experience one place for all your HCM needs. Start now at paylocity.com/one.
Join me, Monica Reinagel, for a live taping of the Nutrition Diva podcast in Washington, D.C. On Wednesday, August 19th, we are gathering at the beautiful Friends of the National Arboretum to dive into the science of hydration. We're kicking the evening off with a sunset yoga session, followed by the live podcast recording and an open Q&A. So bring your most burning nutrition and hydration questions. Come for the yoga, come for the show, or do both. A huge thanks to our friends at Liquid IV for making this night possible and keeping us hydrated all evening long. Spots are limited. Grab yours and RSVP now at nutritiondivadc.com.